Hi there, my name is Megan. I am the head trainer over at the Cave Creek location, and today I'm so excited to talk about Zeke. His parents, Pam and Mark, have lots of goals for him. The primary ones are going to be being able to have him properly socialize and reducing the stress on our walks. Lately, he's been barking at the other dogs, lunging at the end of the leash, making the walk a very stressful process. So we're very excited to document his journey and just watch them grow as a team.
So we're gonna practice resetting our dogs to heel. Once they're back at heel, yes, and then release them. A lot of our dogs' release command is free. That means you don't have to do this anymore. You can break this positioning. You can go in front of me. But as soon as they are back in front of us, we're gonna reset again to heel. When we reset, you're just gonna say their name. Hey you, I'm talking to you. Heel. For my pups, I heel on the left side. You're gonna step back with your left foot. For Zeke, you're gonna step back with your right foot. Whatever foot they track, so whatever side they're at heel with. And my last station is heel, basic heel, without pulling. If our dogs are pulling us at heel, we are going to abruptly change directions. 180 degrees. I had to use my brain for this one when I was first learning the dog training stuff. 180 degrees means the opposite way. So if I'm facing Mo, and now I'm gonna turn and face Mark. That's an example of 180 degrees. So if you're walking with Rocky, and he's like, yeah, I'm healing, but there's a thing over there, you're gonna turn the opposite way and walk away from him, holding your leash. He's gonna feel the leash pressure, realize, wow, my dad's going the other way now, I should probably go with him. So that he learns it's worth it for me to focus on my dad and not get distracted with what's in front of me.
Throughout the day camp journey, one of the extras that they get are group pet parenting classes. Throughout those group pet parenting classes, they get to practice realistic situations, practicing around the other dogs, and each week, Pam and Mark are gonna be alternating who ends up working Zeke. That way we can address any sort of opportunistic behaviors between each handler, ultimately creating a nice, realistic setup for those things.
So before bringing in a dog, I like to make sure that he acclimates by himself before letting in any dogs. Even though he was up here earlier, if you let a dog in with many dogs, especially a reactive dog, you will get reaction. So to help through that process, you let them sniff out a whole yard. You let them get curious. You let them get comfortable. Because then you have a dog that is not gonna react, no hackles, no barking, just curious. Good boy, Zeke. Good boy.
Part of the day camp journey is also going to include bringing him up into our daycare yard. So Sierra, his primary trainer, is going to spend a lot of time building up positive associations around other dogs and positive interactions. How this is going to look is we're going to start off in his own dedicated yard, so that way he's around the other dogs. And then from there, we'll slowly be able to build him into a yard with the other dogs, starting one by one until he's fully comfortable with the other dogs, with the end goal of him being able to play and interact with the dogs off leash.
No, so right now I have Zeke in his own yard. I don't want to put him in the yard with all of the other dogs because there are a couple of babies over there that also have some dog, not issues, but they're very selective. I don't want to set Zeke up for failure. I want to set him up for success. So we're going to pull dogs from that space that I think he's going to get along with a little bit better. I like to hold my collar, like my e-collar remote, in my hand. And I'll just kind of have my finger on the button just in case I need to use it like quickly versus having it dangling around my neck and then scrambling to grab it. If I need to communicate with him, I want to be able to do it time-wise faster versus missing that, or worst case scenario, something bad happens. I know you're doing so good though. Yes, I do. Yo. So now we get to watch all the dogs come into class, which is, I think, the hardest spot for him is when the environment changes. So every time a dog walks in, every time a person walks up, that's an environmental change. He's gonna pick up on that and he's gonna feel feelings. So hopefully he does everything we've taught him to when he feels these feelings, which is, don't worry about it, focus on me. I'll guide you through this. Yo, come on, let's go. Good. I know. Boop. No, nope, good. There you go. Zeke, sit. Scratch, heel, come in. Zeke. Yo, come on. Saddle, saddle. Good. I'll do the switches for you. Yeah. Ow. That was my fault. Put my hand there. Ready, puppy? Until people get here. Zeke.
When we first started with the program, Monica and Sierra worked with Zeke and really got to know his personality. And they were both great with Zeke. They immediately connected with him, which was really surprising. We never envisioned that the trainers would connect so quickly with Zeke, but they both, recognized his good qualities right away. His, how loving and sweet and gentle he could be. Then very quickly they got to witness some of his bad qualities as well in terms of his aggression on leash with other dogs, which was very extreme. Bucking up and down and being almost ferocious. So that they immediately started working with us and some techniques so that we can always have control of the dog. So I think that was the first challenge we had was just gaining control when we're in situations in which we're encountering other dogs on walks or just in any environment.